And we welcome you to the Henry J. Furry Complex here on the campus of Gateway High School as the Gateway Gators taking on the McKeesport Lady Tigers here on Gateway Gators Productions. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Spencer Witt. Both of these teams looking for a victory in section play, and the first time that these teams have met here in section play as well. Gateway 1-4 in their section, and McKeesport 0-5 as well. As the starting lineup's getting announced for the Tigers. Tigers came here last year. They broadcasted that match also on Gateway Gators Productions, and McKeesport made it close especially, but Gateway was able to take it. I believe they won it in straight sets, but every single set got really, really close except for the last of the third set. The first two sets were within 5 points, I believe, in each set. And a lot of these players for this McKeesport Tigers team playing last year. But for Gateway on their side, they got a lot of underclassmen, a lot of freshmen and sophomores on their roster, and a lot of juniors getting the playing time here.
Junior number 7, Kaylee Kelman.
As the starting lineup's being announced for the Gateway Gators in their black jerseys. Got Gateway on the back, the Gateway G on the front.
Junior number 14, Angelina Green. Sophomore number 19, Alex Brennan. Senior number 20, Lila Hawthorne. And freshman number 23, Jersey Rozier. Good luck, girls.
Final rosters, final players being announced for the starting lineup. One freshman in the starting lineup for Gateway, Jersey Rozier, a freshman for the Gators. And both teams at the net, which means we'll have volleyball momentarily here on this Tuesday evening in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. Severe weather prior to this one. It was storming outside, partly cloudy now after this rain has passed through, but driving up here was not a fun or easy task, and I assume not fun or easy for a lot of the parents. I had to make it out here from either McKeesport or Gateway. Even if it was a short drive, it was very difficult to see about 10 feet in front of you. But we are here, and if you could not make it out because of that, we thank you for tuning in here in this one. The referees making sure that the substitutes come in and the rotations are correct. McKeesport in their red jerseys will be on the right side of your screen for this match. Gateway on the left side, and they'll be serving as well for the Gators, and it will be Jersey Rozier listed as a setter for the Gators, and we're underway here on Gateway Gators Productions. Passed into the air, into the right side off the block, and played by Callie Kelman, rolled over by the libero for the Gators, and then the libero for McKeesport sends that one over. That's Mariah Cook. Right side for the Gators, and too far, point for the Tigers of McKeesport. A big swing there from Callie Kelman. Another look at it there, just too far and not off the block. That brings up server. Kyra Stevenson to serve. Stevenson's serve is passed up into the middle. The swing there, never got over. Point for the Tigers. Trinity Marshall, 5'8" middle blocker, was in front there as well. And a sophomore for the Tigers. Stevenson serving again. One-handed set, just going to go over and played by the Tigers. Bump set, tight on the net, and it goes into the net from the swing of Anaya Simmons-Brown. Point for point for Gateway, excuse me, their first point. Another look at it, tough play there. Not easy to swing at that one. Kelly Kelman to serve. Junior sends this one over and passed up, bumped into the air, rolled over by McKeesport. Outside. Arms on that one for Mariah Cook. Right side. Too far from Chloe Johnson, and the point for the Gators. Let's take a look at the head coach for McKeesport, Elizabeth Dansack, head coach for the Lady Tigers. As this serve out of bounds for Gateway. Her assistants, Mila Hoover and Alexa Kent. And on the other side for Gateway, head coach Erica Bosch, I believe her third season at the helm for the Gators. Allie Bozasevic, the assistant coach for her, listed on the rosters as no one gets there for the Gators off the touch, and a point for McKeesport. They look to serve here off the fingertips of the libero, and then no one else got to it. This one a better pass, though. Really good pass, actually, for Gateway. Blocked down, though. Trinity Marshall on the block. Another look here from the swing of Macy Quieter. There's this one back into the air. And bumped over. Into the middle. And too far. Actually played, I should say, by Gateway. And that one off the fingertips, and a point, Sophia Sager, the junior for the Gators. Seeger gets the point. And it will be the libero, Alex Brennan, who will serve. Brennan serve, the sophomore serves this one, passed over, and a point for the Gators. Look at there off the serve and rolls down the net. And always tough there for Kyra Stevenson. Another serve over, back into the air. Good pass, good set, but rolled over off speed from Genesis Kissasonic, excuse me. And then bumped into the air and sent over the libero into the middle. The swing there from Gateway, and it's Mila Hawthorne, and played nice by McKeesport. That was Mariah Cook. Into the middle, Hawthorne again, too far. Point for the Tigers. Another nice play again from Mariah Cook, tracking that one down, and then you saw there the swing from Mila Hawthorne, just too far. Served over off the tape, but played by the Gators, and a good swing. No block, really. And Trinity Stevenson, the junior, puts it down. (6-5) McKeesport. Stevenson serving, it drops on the line. Point for the Gators. Another look right inside that line. Good call from the line judge. Served over again, fingertips. Someone's got to get there, and it is Harmony Morris who got there, then sent over by McKeesport. Bumped into the air and a free ball. Stevenson plays that setter out, so the right side from the libero off the block. And played by Stevenson. Backside rolled over, Sager kept alive. Good play again from Cook. Diving over there as well was Morris. Down for the Tigers, Harmony Morris. Point for McKeesport. Luciana Lewis to serve. Senior sends it over for the Tigers, and she gets the ace. The ace for Lewis. Another look. Served over off the arms and past the end line there, or sideline I should say. CV point for McKeesport, another ace for Lewis. Lewis's serve this time. Played into the air, bumped over by Olivia Miles for Gateway. We'll check in on the rotation. At the net, and a point for the Gators. Too much spin on that set. Served over and too far to the right from Macy Quiter. Coach Erica Bosch things over and then talking with her assistants as a serve there to the right for the Gators. That brings the Tigers back to serve, and they get the ace. That's number 20, Genesis Kisasonic. And the junior for the Tigers with the point. Kisasonic back to serve again. Back in the air, the fingertips. Gateway's able to get there and then rolled over. Nice job to regroup. To the right side, blocked down, kept alive though by Morris. Off a block again and still played. Good coverage. Pushed over, back into the air. Outside, Kelman. In the air from Lewis to the outside, off the fingertips and pushed over. And a point for the Tigers. Anaya Simmons-Brown getting the point for the Tigers. And look at it here, just goes off the fingertips and then no one else there for the Gators. 9 times out of 10, that's not the middle ball, but unfortunately in that situation, as a middle, you got to play that 2 players in the area. Wasn't sure who touched it, but making up for it there, Mila Hawthorne. And Hawthorne gets the point. Look at that swing there from Hawthorne. And she's back to serve. Hawthorne to serve. Off an arm and sent over the outside of the antenna. And a point for the Gators. Another look here, you'll see on your screen, watch that antenna in the middle. You'll see the arm from Luciana Lewis, and it'll go on the outside of it. Served over and an ace. Mila Hawthorne with another ace. 2-point difference now here in set number 1. Hawthorne to serve again. Back into the air and rolled over. Played by the Gators. Nice play there. That was Hawthorne who had the dig. Back into the air to the right side. The fingertips off that block. Hits off of the curtains and still played again. Outside. Kept up by Kisasonic. In the middle for Morris. Morris gets the point. Harmony Morris for McKeesport. Morris will be back to serve. Sunny Harper checks in front row for the Tigers. Served over by Morris off the fingertips, and it's an ace for the Tigers. Harmony Morris serving again. Off an arm, back, and Gateway will get to it. Miles rolled that one over. Nice swing, but played by Morris. Back row Kisasonic, too far. point for the Gators. McKeesport still looking for their first victory in section play. Served over into the air, hits off the curtains, but at the net. And a point for Gateway. Ooh. Tell you what, libero for McKeesport might have almost had that. That was Mariah Cook. Thought he got a pancake on it, but instead, point for the Gators. And it's made up, though, by McKeesport. The swing there from Sunny Harper. Stevenson back to serve. Too far in the serve, and a service error. Point for the Gators. 2-point difference, still hanging back and forth here. Served over. That one off the fingertips, and a point for the Gators. Look at it, it says fingertips. Gateway with the point is served over. Back into the air for Gateway to the outside. Passed up by libero, collected though, and cleaned up by Gateway, Trinity Stevenson. Look at it here, the swing there. And then Stevenson right there to clean up that overpass. No correction, actually. I thought the point had gone to Gateway. It was an reaching over, so it is a point for the Tigers. And served over, and it's an ace for the Tigers. Served over, too far. Point for Gateway. 2-point difference, but McKeesport has had a lead for most, if not all, of this match. Alex Brennan to serve. That one into the net, and a service error. Point for the Tigers. Erica Bosch telling her team, got to get it right back. Mariah Cook to serve. And correction will have a timeout, so timeout taken by Gateway. 18-15 here in this one. Again, thank you for tuning in here on Gateway Gators Productions, the game of the week. Here for this one being the women's girls volleyball here for this fall. Let's take a look at the upcoming broadcasts. Football will take on Armstrong on the 26th. Vince Russo and Nate Brysinger will be on the call of that one. Boys soccer on the 2nd of October against Norwin. Be on the call for that one. October 3rd, football, Penn Trafford. Will be at Penn Trafford. Girls soccer versus Fox Chapel. Boys soccer versus Hempfield. Football taking on Woodland Hills at home, and then girls volleyball back here on October 14th against West Mifflin, the Titans. Had a confusion as to who should be on the court for McKeesport, and Elizabeth Dansack saying that was her fault, the head coach. But we're back underway into the right side, off the fingertips, and a point for the Gators. The swing there from Stevenson. Another look at it. She'll earn herself the serve, but take a look at it here. Mariah Cook was there for it, but point goes to the Gators. 2-point difference still, though. Into the middle. Bumped into the air. Right side, Miles. Miles drops it in for the point. I was going to mention prior to the serve that McKeesport's had a 2-point lead. Whenever they get to 2, McKeesport's gotten the point back to hold a 3-point or better, but now it's just a 1-point difference and serving it over here. Back into the air to the right side. That one too far. Point for the Gators. We got an even ball game here at 18 apiece. Stevenson to serve. Served over and passed up by Cook. To the outside. Back into the air. And that one touched over. Outside Kisasonic. Played into the air. Stevenson will set it. Rolled into the air. Stevenson for McKeesport gets that one. And then bumped over from Lily Llewellyn. Into the middle, and the point for the Gators. Mila Hawthorne with the point. Look here, that's set from Stevenson. Interesting thing to note, both teams have a setter with the last name of Stevenson. As Trinity sends this one over, and it's a point for the Gators. That was bumped in the air from Kisasonic, but the Tigers couldn't corral it. That one sent over. Played in the air from Morris. Bumped over. No one there for the Gators. Miscue. We'll have substitution. Luciana Lewis will come back to serve, and she'll come into the match. Served over. Stevenson to set it. Miles with the left hand. Fingertip out of the reach, though. Point for the Gators. Another look at it here. Just off the fingertips of Genesis Kisasonic, and fortunately for her, just couldn't get her hands up in time, and it went backwards. Served over. Bumped into the air. Into the middle. One passed over by Gateway. Setter's out. Miles. Miles gets the point. Olivia Miles, the senior for the Gators. 3 seniors on this team for the Gators. You saw the middle blocker, the Hawthorne. And it is Malaya Young, also a senior for Gateway. Is that one too far from McKeesport? Point for the Gators, and timeout taken this time by Elizabeth Dansack and McKeesport. So timeout taken. Elizabeth Dansack talking things over with her team. Dansack trying to calm her team down as didn't even notice. 23-19. We have a 23-19 here in set number 1. Back to serve. Quieter will serve. Into the air. This one will be bumped over by Llewellyn. Playable for the Gators. Outside. Off the block. It goes out of bounds. Point for McKeesport. And I believe it was a net violation. Yes, it is going to be. Another look at it here. You're going to see that net move before that ball hits the ground, and that's the reason. And I know the Gators aren't happy about it, but it's the right call. Some boos coming from the stands, but again, that is the right call when you watch it back. Good call from good job from our replay crew catching that one. And serving it over, 23-20. That one off the block, played by Anaya Simmons-Brown. They'll go back to her, and she just pushes it over. Played in the air by Brennan. Too far, and a point for the Gators. Correction, a touch call on McKeesport. Another look here. See those fingertips from the middle blocker. So set point for the Gators. Served over. That one goes off an arm, and it will be an ace. Hawthorne with the ace, and that is the end of set number 1. 25-20. Gateway taking the set over McKeesport, who led most of it. I'll step aside. We'll have the second set shortly here underway here on Gateway Gators Productions. Back here for set number 2. Gateway taking set number 1, 25-20. Gators looking for their second victory on the year. Their only victory was their last match, though. A 3-0 victory over West Mifflin on the road as well in the South Hills of West Mifflin. As this one into the middle, and too far. Point for, no correction, a touch call anyway. Point for the Gators. Delayed touch call, but the referees were double checking with each other, making sure if that was touched or not. So a point for Gateway, and a serve of ace for Jersey Rozier for the Gators. Rozier will serve it over again. This one passed up into the air. Jousting at the net, and it's going to be a point for McKeesport. Miley Brown got the first touch on that ball, by the way. It was just checked in for the first time in this match. And Brown back to serve as well for the Tigers. Serve from Brown, and passed up, though. Stevenson. Brown gets an arm under that one. Played in the air and bumped over. At the net. Gateway will rework this. Sent over, no correction. 4 touches is going to be the call. Thing was never touched by McKeesport. Erica Bosch is flabbergasted by that call. And the official talking over with the captain. So 2-2. Point does go for McKeesport, and Brown will be back to serve. Brown serve. That one rolled over, and she passes that one into the air as well. Outside for Kissasonic. Played in the air from Rozier. Set her out. Tough play there. Bumped over, though, by Gateway. Into the middle, and that one too far. Harmony Morris took too much of an approach there and had to backtrack a little bit. Unfortunate for her, but point for the Gators. Great idea, trying to cut left. Saw the opening, but was just too far up there. Callie Kelman to serve. Kelman serve, bumped into the air. To the outside, it's swing, and that one played, though, by Brennan. Bumped over from Stevenson. Stevenson for McKeesport will set this one to the right side, where Chloe Johnson hits that one over. And that one off an arm, and a point. Goes off the arm of Cadence Inks. Would have been close, but a point for Gateway. Always said, rather you play it than not play it, especially something that close. That one into the net, and a point for McKeesport. As a serve too far there. Jump serve, and sent over, passed up though. Off Rozier, and no one can get to it. Point for Gateway as Rozier in the back row just tapping that one over. Another look, never left her feet. Never broke play in the net. Brennan to serve, into the net though. Point for McKeesport. McKeesport's 2 wins this year were non-section victories over East Allegheny and Yawk back in August. They've yet to draw a victory here in September. Had a close one against West Mifflin at home. That one went 5. Passed in the air. And Stevenson cutting that across and getting the kill. Good swing there from Trinity Stevenson, and a point for Gateway. Stevenson will serve. Kept up, pushed over, but McKeesport's there for it. Into the middle, back over for the Tigers. The set there from Lewis, rolled over. Outside, and bumped into the air. Passed up into the middle. That one off fingertips in the kill. Mila Hawthorne with the kill for Gateway. Look at it there. And Stevenson to serve. Bumped into the air, rolled over from Kyra Stevenson. Into the middle, put down for the Gators. Hawthorne again for Gateway. 8-4 lead here. Stevenson again serving. Back into the air, backside, good set. Just tipped over though and put down. A point for Kissasonic. Right placement there, really good back set from Lewis. And Kissasonic will serve. Ali Brown in the front row now for the Tigers. Served over and back up. Outside, Miles. Arm on that one from Cook. Brown, though, into the net. Point for the Gators. Queter to serve. Off an arm, and it goes back, and a point for the Gators. Ace for Gateway. Off of Cook and out of play. Served over. Cook better pass that time. Really good one, actually. Brown rolls it over. Played, though, by the Gators. Miles, too far. No touch. Point for McKeesport. Sonny Harper. Jump serve. Played by the Gators. Stevenson on the set. And just sent over there from Kelman. Outside Brown into the net. Point for Gateway. Didn't have much room to work with there, Brown, and a point for the Gators. Hawthorne to serve. Sent over and bumped into the air from Stevenson. Kissasonic. Played by Hawthorne. Right side, Miles. A point for the Gators. It's Miles who gets the kill. Senior for Gateway. Hawthorne serve again, back into the air, and Lewis will bump it up. Brown, played by the Gators. Kelman, and Kelman gets the kill. Kaylee Kelman for Gateway with the kill. Hawthorne to serve. Into the middle, pushed over, but Trinity Stevenson was there for it. Miles off the tape, but down on a point for Gateway. Miles, another kill for her. And the Gators running away with this second set, 14-6. Each team with one timeout per set, and it's going to be McKeesport that will take it now. So a timeout for the Tigers. And thank you for tuning in here on Gateway Gators Productions. Gators looking for their second victory in section play and second victory on the year. McKeesport looking for their first in the section. Third victory on the year. Both these teams, if things were to end today, on the outside looking into the playoffs, but only about halfway through the season so far. A lot of time for both these teams. Gonna serve over and drops in for the ace. The serve again here from Hawthorne just dies right in front of that line. McKeesport's got to get out of this rotation. They got everyone stacked and too far and a point for Gateway, or McKeesport I should say. Those are always those terrifying rotations when you've got everyone stacked on the left side and you know your setter always has to sprint over to get into position. Just based on that rotation. This one served over and passed up though. Outside, that's Kelman who gets the kill. Kelman with the point. And Jersey Rozier back to serve. Serving against McKeesport. Fun fact, Jersey Rozier's dad played football at McKeesport, 1994 state champion, as Rozier gets the ace against her dad's alma mater. Off the arm of Mariah Cook and backwards. Rozier will serve. That one too far, and it's out. Point for the Tigers. Miley Brown serving. Right side, tipped, played in the air. Outside, Kisasonic. Kept alive, good play by the Gators, and they send it over. It's inside the line, so it's played. And just bumped over by Chloe Johnson. In the middle, off the fingertips. That one played by Lewis, good dig from her. Outside, Stevenson. Stevenson gets that one for McKeesport. Kisasonic in the air. Rally from these teams. Back set, Kelman. Kelman drops it in for the point. Kaylee Kelman for Gateway. That was a really good dig from Queter before. Kelman serve. Outside, rolled off fingertips. Stevenson in the air from Cook. Right side, that's too far though for Chloe Johnson. Point for the Gators. Kelman to serve. And ace for Kelman. Another serve for Kelman. Served over way too far. Got a little bit, just a little bit on that one. 20-9 the score though for the Gators. Well, they're unfortunately having to look at this one again. And Mariah Cook serving into the net though from Cook. Point for the Gators, and 21-9 now. Served over, bumped into the air. Outside, Kisasonic, rolls over the net, just enough. The played though, Rozier in the air from Cook, nice dig. Backside, Johnson out of a reach, point for Gateway. Johnson was in too tight there, inside the lines, and that ball just going behind her. Kelman to serve. Or correction, that's Brennan who serves. Into the middle, and that one blocked down. Mila Hawthorne, the denial for the Gators. One of those sets, unfortunately, for McKeesport, but fortunately for the Gators, they're feeling good right now. 22-9, and we'll have a point for Gateway. Another look at it here. And it is that Stevenson reaching over the net there. That ball looked like it had gone over onto Gateway's side, and then a back row attack, I believe, for the Tigers. So point for the Gators, and set point as well here in this one. In the middle, the fingertips. Brennan plays it, kind of reacting to it, but that's going to be a tough play, and nothing there for Stevenson. Point for the Tigers. And the bright spot of this ugly set for McKeesport is they do hit double digits here. They have the tallest mountain to climb here. Still set point for the Gators. Lewis to serve, into the air. Rozier, and then bumped over from Hawthorne. Outside Kisasonic, good swing, but a good dig. A nice play there from Rozier as well. Into the middle, fingertips, Brennan's there for it. Rozier on the set. Hawthorne, played by Lewis. Outside, Kisasonic looks for the spot, and she does put it there perfectly. Nice play, Genesis Kisasonic. Lewis to serve. Lewis to serve outside the lines, and that will do it in set number 2. 25-11. Gateway, a commanding victory in set number 2. They're looking to sweep here in this one. The Tigers looking to do the hardest thing in volleyball. Come back down 2-0 there. Backs against the wall. We'll step aside here on Gateway Gators Productions. Two sets to none lead right now for Gateway. Set number 3 underway here for the Tigers and the Gators. And it was Rozier who served for Gateway. The swing there, but back in the air from Genesis Kisasonic. And sent over from Gateway, or McKeesport should say, and a point for the Tigers. So first point of the third set goes to the Lady Tigers of McKeesport. Ira Stevenson to serve. A lot of juniors on this team for McKeesport. Only a handful of seniors for the Tigers, I should say. Is this one back into the air, into the middle, tipped and played. Outside, right side, I should say, blocked down and bumped over. Rolled over by Anaya Simmons-Brown, and that one outside the lines. But a point for Gateway. Tigers claim they never touched that one off of that block. Angelina Green serving for Gateway. The junior sends that one, though, outside the lines. And a service error for the Tigers. And back to serve now is number 15, Isaiah Harper for McKeesport. Harper first time in as well. This serve goes in her favor. And just tipped over. Net violation anyway. Point for the Gators, and they look at it there. Harmony Morris was in the net anyway, but a point for the Gators as this one served over and passed up. Outside, Kissasonic. Back into the air. Off of block. Kept alive and outside the lines. Point for the Tigers, though. Good block there from McKeesport. That was number 7, Chloe Johnson on that block. Harmony Morris to serve. Morris, the junior on this team, and gets the ace. Four to 2. McKeesport here. Passed into the air, into the middle, Hawthorne. Bumped up, backside, Johnson. Fingertips of Rozier, but it goes out of play. Point for the Tigers. Morris to serve. Stevenson gets the point. Those two players almost colliding there from McKeesport, and the reason that ball went outward instead of upward. And a point for the Gators, so 5-3 McKeesport. Served over. Into the middle. Good swing and a good kill. Sunny Harper with the kill for the Tigers. Harper, a sophomore for McKeesport. And Lewis to serve. Served over. Off a fingertip, and it drops outside the lines. Point for the Tigers. Almost. It was a close one. Another look right there, just outside that line. And Lewis to serve. One of two seniors on this team. Lewis, but it's on the line and an ace. Lewis gets the ace. Her and Anaya Simmons-Brown, the only two seniors on this Tigers team. And Lewis to serve again. Fingertips in the air from the Gators. Miles. Tigers keep that one alive. Nice play by Lewis. And Kissasonic in the middle, kept alive again by Cook. Rolled over by Kissasonic, played by Stevenson. Second ball is Brennan outside. That one too far. Point for the Tigers. It's a good point there for momentum for McKeesport. Served over, too far, point for Gateway. 9-4. Served over by Gateway, and they get the ace. Whiter on the serve. 9-5, the McKeesport still here in set number 3. Bumped into the air, into the middle, Harper. Harper gets the kill, a good swing, and Harper's starting to heat up a little bit. Served over by Kissasonic, played by Stevenson. No one there for the Gators, and a point for McKeesport. 11-5. The McKeesport team has not won a set since September 9th in that 3-2 loss to West Mifflin. In the middle, and a point for the Gators. The swing there from Hawthorne. Hawthorne serve, bumped into the air. No one to help though. Point for the Gators. Seven serving 11. Served into the net though. Make that 12 serving 7 now as McKeesport will be back to serve. Mariah Cook. Cook serve. Kept alive and bumped over by Stevenson. In the middle. That one down into the corner. Point for the Tigers. Good swing there from Harmony Morris. Cook to serve. Bumped into the air. At the net and hits the antenna. Point for the Tigers. The ace for Cook. The lead is double now for the Tigers. 14-7. Served over too far. From McKeesport. They look to serve there. Served over. Off an arm. Someone's got to get there. It's Kissasonic. Outside of Nia Simmons-Brown, and she puts it down. Nice swing from the senior for the Tigers. Perfectly placed. Stevenson to serve. Off an arm, outside to Stevenson as well, and she gets the kill. Trinity Stevenson for Gateway. Angelina Green to serve. Better serve this time, but side to the side, and it's out of play. A point for McKeesport. Served over by McKeesport. Back into the air, pushed over. To the outside, at the block and down on the side of Gateway. The point for Kissasonic tooling the block. Served over. Back in the air, Stevenson. Kept alive, but only momentarily. From the other Stevenson, Kyra Stevenson, and a point for the Gators. Look there, the swing. Play there from Cook to just dive over and get to it, but Kyra Stevenson didn't have enough time to bring her hands back and properly send it over. Served by Brennan. To the right side, Johnson off the block. Played in the air from Rozier. Stevenson off the block, bumped back into the air. At the net, they joust, and it's point for the Tigers. Chloe Johnson gets the point. Another look here, that joust at the net. Served over, good serve. Getting to that one is the Gators, but only a second shot from Rozier, and it's an ace for the Tigers. And timeout taken by Gateway. So McKeesport a 19-10 lead here in set number 3, a must-win set for the Tigers. Here in this one, again, McKeesport looking for a victory. Their first set victory since the 9th of September. And they only had 2 matches. Other than that, a loss to Indiana and a loss to Greensburg-Salem. But McKeesport's had 3 matches in a row on the road. Franklin Regional and Woodland Hills up next, and then they'll be back home on the 30th to take on Derry. That Woodland Hills match is a non-section match, by the way. And a ball had rolled onto the court. Oh, nice shot there from Erica Bosch. Served over, back underway. This one bumped over for Gateway. Backside tip. Played though. To the outside. And that was Isaiah Harper who got to it. Kissasonic too far. Point for Gateway. They want to touch, and they might as well ask, but no touch on that one. Point for the Gators. The rain, I assuming, is coming down outside. At least someone just walked into the building soaking wet. So I'm going to assume that the rain is coming down here. Here in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. To the outside, Kissasonic played though. Niles at the net. Point for the Gators. Another look at it here. And that was a net violation on that block. That was Sonny Harper on the block there. Stevenson to serve. Bumped into the air. Back set, and a swing from Johnson. And it got blocked down by Gateway. Sophia Seeger getting the block. Stevenson to serve. Played by Cook into the middle. Harper, good swing. Sonny Harper, nice swing in the middle. 20-13. Here in set number 3. Serving this one over. Bumped into the air. Off of fingertips, played by Stevenson. Outside, rolled over Kissasonic. Off Brennan and backwards, and a point for the Tigers. (21-13) McKeesport. Served over. Bumped up at the net. Tipped over by Hawthorne, and Hawthorne gets the point. Smart play there from the middle blocker. And now it will be Gateway who will serve. Down a little bit here in set number 3, but this is must win for the Tigers. In the middle, Hawthorne. Good dig from Cook, but out of the reach, and a point for Gateway. The swing from Hawthorne. Good effort there, though, from Cook. Was just out of the reach of her teammate. Served over. In the air. At the net and put back down. And a point for Gateway. McKeesport wanted reaching over the net. See Stevenson looking up there. No, that's the right call, though. (21-16). Served over and too far. Service error from the Gators. 22-16. Genesis Kissasonic will serve. Served over, and it's a point for the Tigers. Oh, look on that ace for the Tigers. Served over again at the net and put back down. It's Harper who gets the point. Kissasonic serve again. Off Brennan, overpass, put back down by Harper. Sonny Harper again. And that's the third set. A statement win in set number 3 from the Tigers. They win it 25-16. Forcing a 4th set. Step aside here. Still must win for the Tigers to force a 5th. Gateway trying to close it out in 4 here on Gateway Gators Productions. Back here in set number 4. Gateway taking the first 2 sets here in this one. McKeesport winning set number 3 in a convincing fashion, too. And we're back underway here for the 4th set here on Gateway Gators Productions. Bumped over and played into the air. Backside off the block. Cook plays it. Stevenson on the set. Outside, Anaya Simmons-Brown. It's blocked, though, at the net. And the block there from the Gators. Callie Kendall with the block as this one passed the line, and it'll be a point for McKeesport. Served over. Into the air for Gateway. Into the middle and too far. Past the sideline for Kendall at a point for the Tigers. Served over. Bumped up. Outside. Stevenson has to get there, and it's a point for Gateway. Or, excuse me, point for McKeesport. I think Stevenson was too far under there. Yeah, you can see the foot going underneath the line and over the line, I should say. And a point for the Tigers. Served over, just getting out of the way of that one. Was the Gators, Kelman. Served over again. Back up. Bumped over. Backside into the net, though, from the Gators. Seeger sends that one into the net. 4-2 McKeesport. Cook will serve. Served over, drops in for the ace. Cook with some speed on that serve. And the ace there for the Tigers. Served again from Cook. A little too low there on that one, though. And a point for Gateway. Served over. Cook into the air. Into the middle, Harper. A little late on that one. Cook off her arms and out of play, and a point for the Gators. Swing there from Stevenson. Brennan to serve. Stevenson sets this one. Right side, Johnson. Johnson gets the kill. Nice swing there from Chloe Johnson for the Tigers. 6-4 lead for McKeesport. Lewis to serve. Lewis gets the ace. 7-4 McKeesport. It's another good start to the set for the Tigers. Lewis again. This one played, though, by Kelman. Right side, Stevenson. Fingertips of Cook and kept up. Kissasonic hits it off the antenna. Point for the Gators. Trinity Stevenson serving it over. Passed up into the middle, Harper. Good pass there from Stevenson on the dig. Miles. Kept up there by Harper. Kept alive, but only momentarily for the Tigers. Or for the Gators, I should say. And a point for the Tigers. Now Kissasonic back to serve again. Served over off of Brennan. Tough set, just only bumped over. Simmons-Brown into the net. Right idea to cut it across, but just could not put that one down. Gateway will serve. Still a 2-point lead for the Tigers, though. Served over. And played by Gateway. Outside. Rolled over. Kissasonic plays it. So does Cook. Lewis. That's Brennan for the Gators. In the middle, Hawthorne. Kept alive. Nice dig from Cook. Sent over for the point for the Tigers. Another look here. This is the dig from Cook. One arm on that one, and then Anaya Simmons-Brown gets a piece of it. And Stevenson just sends it right where no one's at for the point. 9-6 Tigers. Jump serve here from Harper. It's played. That was the right decision. Bumped over just enough. Kissasonic plays it. Sent over by Stevenson. Stevenson sets it for Gateway. Miles in the air from Kissasonic. It's going to bounce around a couple times. And played, though, by Lewis. Simmons-Brown bumps it over. Into the middle. Hawthorne blocked at the net, but kept up. Good coverage. Outside. That one too far, but a touch call. Point for the Gators. The swing there from Kelman. Look at that was the block, and then Kelman back to it, and it just goes off. I believe that was Kissasonic. Served over. It's an ace for the Gators. 1 point difference now. And the serve from Hawthorne. Someone said that was out last second, and I think it was the reason Kissasonic didn't play it. Hawthorne to serve. Hawthorne's serve just gets over for the ace. The Henry J. Furry Complex net here for the Gators. Served over, just over again, this time played by Stevenson, and then bumped over on two from Morris. Right side, Miles. Miles into the net, point for the Tigers. They take the lead back. First one a double digit here in set number 4. Stevenson to serve. Off the arms of Kelman, back out to her. Kept up by Stevenson. Cook will take the set. Simmons-Brown rolls it over. Played by Brennan. Kelman again. Kelman too far. Point for the Tigers. A little behind Kelman. You can see on your replay there. That's why she hit it upwards and out. And passed up into the middle. That one too far as well. Point for the Tigers. 12-9. Stevenson passed up. Right side, Miles, excuse me. It bounces around, and it will be a point for the Tigers off of the block. Anaya Simmons-Brown and Harmony Morris both there for the block. Unfortunate roll off that tape for the Gators, but things are going the Tigers' way right now. Stevenson the serve. Tough play, nothing doing there. Point for the Tigers. Timeout taken by Erica Bosch. McKeesport dropped the first 2 sets, but took a commanding victory in set number 3, and they have a commanding lead here in set number 4. Gators looking for their second victory in the section. Tigers looking for their first victory in section, and their first victory since August 28th over York. And also, if the Tigers come back here in 4 and win in 5, it'll be their first section victory since 2023. When I believe 0-12 last year in section. Section led by Greensburg Salem in Indiana right now, both 5-0. They're actually playing each other tonight, I believe. As this one is an ace for the Tigers. Stevenson with the ace. Good serve from Stevenson. And Stevenson again with the serve. Pass in the air from Brennan. Outside, off the block and down. Harmony Morris on the block for the Tigers. Spins right where no one is for McKeesport. Served over from Stevenson again. Brennan into the air and back up. Outside, pushed into the net. Point for the Tigers. They're running away with set number 4. 17-9. Stevenson serve again. And back up. Outside, Kelman. Played by Cook. Played by Kissasonic. Bumped over from the Tigers. Into the middle off the block, and the point for Callie Kendall. The sophomore for the Gators in the middle block. But some work to do for Gateway here. They don't want to go to 5. Served over by Rozier. Just kept alive by Stevenson, who had to play that off of the curtains in the scaffolding as this one gets down for the Gators. Good swing, Callie Kendall. Kendall had been relatively quiet, but that's a good swing from her there. And a point for the Gators. Into the air now for McKeesport. Simmons Brown has to bump it over. In the middle, Kendall again, too far that time. Couldn't get over top of it. Kendall just a little bit too far in front of it, hitting that basically at her head, right at her head or a little bit behind her head. And in that case, trying to also lay off it a little bit, but instead it just skips all the way past the end line. Another swing from her this time at the net. And that's going to be 4 touches for for Gateway. Point for McKeesport. Serve from Harper, and a bad serve from Messiah Harper. She'll try and side out here, and so will the Tigers. 19-12, but Kaylee Kelman back to serve. Served, passed up by Cook. Outside, Kisasonic, too far. Point for the Gators. Served over, played by Kisasonic. Backside, pushed over. Into the air. Stevens just has to bump it over. Played by Cook. It's a good pass. Into the middle, Morris. Set her out. Brennan takes it. Rolled over by Rozier. Rozier gets kept alive. No, great play. That's Chloe Johnson who played that one. Outside, Stevenson. Stevenson gets the kill, though. Great play from Johnson for the Tigers. What a great swing from Stevenson. 19-14. That serve, too far. 3 in a row from Gateway, but McKeesport's able to side out. Mariah Cook serves. Overpass, but collected by Stevenson. Someone has to get there. It's Rozier, and then bumped over. Playable ball for the Tigers. Right side, Johnson off speed. Stevenson gets to it. Brennan's there for it as well, but going to have to try and get over. She can't put it over for the Gators. 21-14. Cook to serve. Outside the line, point for the Gators. Outside, Kisasonic. Into the middle, too far. Point for the Tigers. (22-15). Lewis serving. In the air from Gateway. Backside, Stevenson off the block. Cook is there for it. The set from Stevenson. Kisasonic off speed. Played. Brennan gets there as well, and then sent over from Hawthorne. Play from Seeger. That one drops in for the point for Harper. Lewis's serve again, passed up. Rozier just has to bump that one, but she goes underneath the net. And a point for McKeesport. Another look here, and watch Rozier. Watch right there, on her foot goes underneath. Set point for the Tigers. Outside. That one off a fingertip and out of the reach. Point for the Gators. Still alive in set number 4, but a lot of ground to make up here. Olivia Miles checks in for the Gators in the front row. Trinity Stevenson's in the back row. She'll set from the back. Stevenson serve, played by the Tigers. Kisasonic. In the air from Kelman. Off a fingertip and a point for the Gators. Olivia Miles with the point. And look here, the back set from Stevenson. This goes off the block there of Harper. Served over from Stevenson. Played by Harper. Into the middle. Other Harper. Blocked at the net though. Hawthorne was there for it. (24-18). Still set point. Serve from Stevenson. Played by Harper. Outside, Kisasonic tips it. Kept up though. Hawthorne just got a piece of it and back for the Tigers. Harper into the net. It's blocked down. Hawthorne on the block. Timeout taken by the Tigers. 4 points in a row here for Gateway as it was set point for McKeesport. Tigers trying to force a 5th set against this Gator team. An intense one here in Monroeville at the Henry J. Furry Complex. Sounds like the rain has passed, but right now for Gateway, they're brewing up a storm right now, but the problem is it's too little too late. They've had 4 in a row. For the Tigers, or for the Gators, I should say, and Stevenson will be back to serve again. Stevenson serve, passed up, outside Kisasonic, block, kept up by Cook, tight at the net, back, set backwards, and the point for the Tigers. Nice play from Stevenson, Kyra Stevenson, in 25-19, and we will go to a 5th set. McKeesport forcing a 5th set here in this one. Welcome back here on Gateway Gators Productions, the 5th and final set here between the Tigers and the Gators. 1st to 15, win by 2 here in this one. Gateway took the first 2 sets against the Tigers. Tigers led for most of the first set, I believe. The Gateway took it 25-20, and then Gators dominated the second set, 25-11. But McKeesport, credit where credit is due, did not give up on the match. 25-16 victory in set number 3, and a 25-19 victory in set number 4. And we're underway here for set number 5. His first point goes to the Tigers. Kyra Stevenson on the ace for the Tigers. Stevenson serving again. Pass this time for a Gateway, and real quick a libero change as well. We'll talk about in a second here as this one passed up to the outside. Kept alive. Outside Anaya Simmons-Brown. Played up in the air from Brennan. Back in the air as well. Stevenson sets it. Right side for Johnson. In the middle. Played by Stevenson. Cook on the bump set. Johnson pushes it. That's Queter who's there for it. Dropping it in though, nice play. Jersey Rozier for the Gators. I'm mentioning they switched the libero. Macy Queter is now the libero. Alex Brennan is a defensive specialist as this one just goes over the tape, and it's an ace for the Gators. Jersey Rozier with the ace. Rozier's serve played. Backside, Simmons Brown. It's passed up though by Queter, but sent over from the Gators. Into the middle. Morris in the corner for the kill. Harmony Morris gets the kill. Two apiece here. And served over. Bumped over and played by the Tigers. Outside, Kisasonic. Deep but outside the lines. Point for McKeesport, or Gateway. Right idea here. Look at your screen there. Corner was kind of open for Kisasonic, but just could not put that one inside the white line. And Gateway to serve. Kelman serve. Back over for Stevenson for the Gators. They send it to her and played. Outside, Kisasonic rolled over. Fought in the air, but into the net. Nice play from Stevenson to react to it, but unfortunate for Callie Kendall, and a point for the Tigers. Another look here, the bump there from Rozier and Stevenson as well. Served into the net, service error from Harmony Morris. A little higher, that's a really good serve, but into the net. Served over by Gateway. Libero to Libero, but outside now for Kisasonic. Good spot. No correction. Queter can get there. Into the air from Kelman, but it's outside the lines. Good effort though from Gateway. Lewis the serve for the Tigers. 4 apiece here at set number 5. Tipped over, kept alive by Cook, and sent over from Stevenson. Outside, blocked down, Harper on the block for the Tigers. Great play from Cook earlier as well on the pancake, and then Sonny Harper on the block. 5-4 Tigers. Served over from Lewis. Outside. That one off a fingertip on the block and played. Kisasonic. Hellman there for it. Right side. Stevenson. Tough one. Stevenson for the Tigers plays it. Cook will roll it over. Played by Rozier. Setters out. Outside. Cook gets one hand on it. And tough play there. And a point for the Gators. Lewis spinning around, just couldn't redirect that back to the circle. Trinity Stevenson in the back row now to serve for the Gators. Puts Miles in the front row, along with Hawthorne and Seeger. Served over. Played now and rolled over by Kisasonic. Seeger plays it. Stevenson on the set. Hawthorne tipped. No one can get their point for the Gators. Good tip there from Hawthorne. Kisasonic just got a piece of it, but just a little bit of a better angle, and it goes towards a Tiger. Played here, 6-5. Swung down inside the line. Kisasonic with the kill. Genesis Kisasonic, junior for the Tigers. that right in. She earned herself the serve. Six apiece here in set number 5. Miles, played by Cook. Into the middle, Harper. Harper gets the kill for the Tigers. Back and forth now between the Tigers and the Gators. 7-6. Genesis to serve. Outside, Miles cuts it over. Simmons-Brown was there for it. Sent over from Stevenson. Someone's got to get there for the Gators, or for the Tigers. They can't, and a point for Gateway. Just not enough time to react to that one for the Tigers. 7 apiece. Alex Brennan back to serve. Brennan serve, played by Kissasonic. Into the middle, Harper off the block. Weeder gets there, it's outside the lines, and a point for the Tigers. Good swing from Harper. She'll check out. Harmony Morris will check in, another look here. Served over. Kelman. Cook on the bump. Simmons-Brown the tip. Stevenson's there for it. Second ball, libero. Miles denied at the net. It's a 2-point lead. It might be the first 2-point lead we've seen since the beginning of this set. 9-7. Served over. Cook on the serve. Miles. That one would have been in. Good job to play that from Kissasonic. Outside, Kelman. Kelman drops it in for the point. Another look at it here, the kill here for Kelman. (9-8). At the net. And underneath of the net, point for the Gators. The block there from Callie Kendall. We got a 9-point apiece here. Hawthorne to serve. Hawthorne gets the ace. 10-9, and a timeout taken by McKeesport. Timeout, Tigers. A tight one here between the Tigers and the Gators. McKeesport looking for their first victory in section play. Gateway looking for their second on the season. Mentioned McKeesport's schedule earlier. Gateway, they'll be back here on Thursday against Indiana, one of the top teams in the section, and then they'll go on the road against Greensburg-Salem, also a really tough team. They'll have a non-conference matchup against Bell Vernon. They'll be back against Franklin Regional in section as well. But 10-9 right now, Gators. Hawthorne with the serve, played by Kissasonic. Good pass from her. Into the middle, the swing and the kill for Morris. Harmony Morris for the Tigers. Another look at it here. Drops inside that line. Now 10 apiece. Playing to 5. Win by 2. Kyra Stevenson serve. It's played by Brennan. Into the middle. The swing dug up by Cook. Outside Simmons-Brown. Played in backwards for the point for the Tigers. What a dig from Cook. Always satisfying. You get a dig from a middle swing. And the point for Anaya Simmons-Brown. 11-10 McKeesport served over and played. Outside Kelman. Stevenson gets it. Kelman again. Outside the lines. Point Tigers. 12-10 McKeesport. They're 3 points away. Timeout taken by Erica Bosch. And so Gateway. Back-to-back points for the Tigers. Out of the timeout. Can the Gators respond with points themselves out of a timeout? Thank you for tuning in here again on an exciting one between the Tigers and the Gators. Stevenson to serve. Stevenson serve, passed up. To the right side, Miles. Off speed, Cook was there for it. Backside, pushed over. That's Johnson. Stevenson, the set in the middle, denied at the block from Harmony Morris. Served over. 13-10 McKeesport. Gateway has to send a free ball over. It's outside the lines. Point Tigers. And it's match point for the Tigers. Timeout taken by Gateway. They'll use their final timeout in the set. And their final timeout in the match, actually. Tight one here between the Tigers and the Gators. Match point now as Erica Bosch tries to corral her team back here in this one. Kyra Stevenson will be back to serve for the Tigers. See Elizabeth Danzak looking for a victory here. That's too far on the service error. Point for Gateway. So that brings Stevenson up front, which is big for the Gators. And it also puts Jersey Rozier back to serve and setting for Gateway. Served over off the fingertips. Bumped over from Chloe Johnson. Back into the air. That one played by Cook. Good pass. Into the middle, Morris denied at the net. No one there for the point for the Gators. 14-12. Rozier will serve. Rozier serve, played by Cook. Backside. Simmons Brown into the net. Point for the Gators. 3 in a row now for Gateway. It's still match point for the Tigers, and now Elizabeth Danzak needs to take her timeout and her final timeout. 14-13. A tense one here. And this one again, thank you for tuning in here on this Tuesday evening in Monroeville. The Tigers are still at match point. 3 points in a row now, though, for Gateway. Rozier will serve for the Gators. Served over, played back over, there's no one there! And it's a point for the Tigers, and that will do it! Kyra Stevenson just played it out of just being there. No one gets back. Rozier can't get up to it after serving, and that is the difference. The Tigers win their first section game since 2023. They defeat Gateway by a score of 3 sets to 2. 20-25, 11-25, 25-16, 25-19, and 15-13. It's the third victory on the year for the Tigers, first in section play. The Gators fall here in this one. They're now 1-6 on the year as well. Here in this one, 1-5 in section play. And that'll be it here for this one. Thank you again for tuning in. A tense one between the Gators and the Tigers. For our entire broadcasting crew, producer Adam Gusky, director Lee Schaefer, and for the Gusky and Schaefer family, I'm Spencer Witt saying so long, and thank you so much for tuning in. Good night, everyone.